My friends, I want to speak to you today about something deeply important, something that affects your heart, your relationships, and your walk with God. Many of us have faced moments of doubt, wondering if we are truly valued by those around us. We've questioned whether we matter in the lives of others. But let me tell you this, the one who truly wants you in their life will make it known. My friends, before April 15, I urge you, examine your heart, examine your relations. Stop holding on to people who do not want to hold on to you. Stop seeking approval from those who do not see your worth. Turn your eyes to Jesus, for He is the author and finisher of your faith. He is the one who calls you His beloved. And if you have Him, you lack nothing. Love is shown through action. It is not just a feeling, not merely words spoken in passing, but something demonstrated in the way we live, in the choices we make, and in the sacrifices we are willing to bear. When God wanted to show His love for humanity, He didn't just send words from heaven. He sent His only Son to walk among us, to teach us, to heal us, and ultimately to lay down His life for us. That is the greatest expression of love. It was not merely a sentiment, but an action, an undeniable, sacrificial, and unwavering commitment. In our daily lives, the same principle applies. If someone truly loves and values you, their actions will prove it. They won't just say they care, they will show it in the way they treat you, in the time they give, in the effort they put forth to keep you in their life. Words are easy to say. Promises can be made in an instant, but true love and true commitment are shown through consistency, effort, and sacrifice. Think of the relationships you have in your life. Have you ever felt like you were the only one trying? Have you ever found yourself making all the effort, reaching out, checking in, doing everything to hold on to someone who gives little in return? That is not how God designed love. Love is not meant to be one-sided. The people who truly value you will not let you wonder about your place in their lives. They will make it clear through their actions that you are important to them. Jesus, throughout His ministry, didn't just tell people He loved them, He proved it. He fed the hungry, healed the sick, comforted the brokenhearted, and even washed the feet of His disciples. He showed humility, care, and devotion. Even in His final moments, suffering on the cross, He demonstrated His love by forgiving those who crucified Him. That is what love looks like in action. It is not passive. It does not wait for convenience. It moves, it gives, and it sacrifices. If someone wants you in their life, they will show it by making time for you. We live in a busy world full of distractions and responsibilities, but one truth remains. People make time for what they truly value. No one is too busy to show love. If a person cares about you, they will prioritize you. They won't make excuses. They won't leave you feeling forgotten or neglected. Instead, they will make an effort, no matter how small, to show that they care. Love is also seen in the way someone supports you. In your moments of joy, do they celebrate with you? In your struggles, do they stand by you? Love is not just about the good times. It is revealed most clearly in difficult moments. When life gets tough, when trials come, the people who truly love you will remain. They will not run when things become inconvenient. They will not leave when you need them the most. Their presence will be constant, because true love does not waver with circumstances. Think of the way Jesus loved His disciples. He didn't love them only when they were faithful. He loved them even when they doubted, even when they made mistakes, even when they abandoned Him. He pursued them, restored them, and continued to walk with them. That is what love does. It does not give up easily. It does not walk away at the first sign of trouble. It remains, endures, and continues to give. But love is not just about what someone does for you. It is also about what they don't do. Someone who truly values you will not intentionally hurt you. They will not disrespect you, betray you, or treat you as an afterthought. Their love will be reflected in their kindness, their loyalty, and their willingness to protect your heart. They will not take advantage of you. They will not deceive you with empty words. Instead, they will be honest, faithful, and sincere in their intentions. The world is full of people who say they care but do nothing to prove it. That is not the kind of love God desires for His children. He calls us to something deeper, something more meaningful, relationships built on real love, not just words. He wants us to be surrounded by people who uplift us, who encourage us, who bring out the best in us. He wants us to know our worth, to understand that we are not meant to chase after love that is not freely given. If you ever find yourself questioning where you stand with someone, ask yourself this: do their actions match their words? Do they show their love, or do they only speak of it? Because love that is not backed by action is empty. It is nothing more than noise. True love is proven, not just spoken. It is seen in what someone does, in how they treat you, and in the effort they make to keep you in their life. God has shown us what real love looks like. He has set the standard, and we should never settle for anything less. If someone wants you in their life, they will show you through their actions. They will not leave you guessing, they will not make you feel unwanted, and they will not take you for granted. Instead, they will prove through every small and great effort that you matter to them. That is what true love does. That is what true love looks like. If someone truly wants you in their life, you should never have to chase after them. The idea that love and relationships require one person to constantly pursue, to constantly prove their worth, is not how God designed human connections. From the beginning, God has shown us that relationships should be mutual, that love should be given freely, not out of desperation or obligation. When someone truly values you, they will not make you feel as though you have to beg for their attention, their respect, or their time. Instead, they will willingly offer these things because they recognize your worth. Too often, people find themselves in relationships or friendships where they are the only ones trying. They send the messages, they make the calls, they rearrange their schedules, and they go out of their way to make sure the other person is happy, and yet they receive little in return. This creates an exhausting cycle where one person gives and gives while the other takes without reciprocating. That is not love. That is not how God intended relationships to function. True love, true friendship, and true connection require effort from both sides. A person who wants you in their life will never make you feel like you are chasing them down just to be noticed. Jesus never begged anyone to follow him. He called, he invited, and he welcomed, but he never ran after those who walked away. When the rich young ruler chose his possessions over following Christ, Jesus did not plead with him to stay. He let him go. Not because he did not care, but because love and commitment must always be a choice. God does not force anyone to love him. He does not demand that we chase after him to prove our devotion. Instead, he extends an open invitation, and those who truly desire to walk with him will do so willingly. In the same way, those who truly want you in their life will show it. They will not leave you feeling uncertain. They will not put you in a position where you feel like you have to fight for a place in their world. One of the greatest tactics of the enemy is to make people believe they are not enough, that they must prove themselves worthy of love, that they must constantly do more to earn someone's approval. But God's love is unconditional, and the relationships we build should reflect that same truth. When someone truly cares about you, they will love you for who you are, not for what you do for them. They will not expect you to constantly reach out while they remain distant. They will not make you feel like you are an option rather than a priority. Instead, they will make time for you, they will reach out to you, and they will put in the effort to make sure you know you are valued. Think about how God shows his love. He is always present, always near, always available to those who seek him. He does not ignore us. He does not make us feel unworthy. Instead, he continuously reminds us of our value through his word, through his presence, and through his promises. That is how love is supposed to work. It is not meant to be a one-sided effort. It is not meant to leave you feeling empty or unappreciated. The right people will reciprocate the love you give. They will not force you to chase them just to feel wanted. Many times people hold on to relationships that drain them because they are afraid of letting go. They convince themselves that if they just try harder, if they just give a little more, the other person will finally see their worth. But the truth is, love does not require convincing. If someone wants you in their life, they will act like it. They will not wait for you to beg for attention. They will not treat you as if you are replaceable. Instead, they will cherish you, appreciate you, and make it clear that your presence matters. Jesus spent time with those who wanted to be near him. He dined with sinners who longed for redemption. He taught his disciples who were eager to learn. He healed those who came to him in faith. He never forced himself upon anyone, and he never allowed himself to be treated as an afterthought. He knew his worth, and he surrounded himself with those who recognized it as well. This is the example we should follow. We should not have to convince someone to care about us. We should not have to fight for a place in someone's heart. If they truly want us in their life, they will show it through their actions. Life is too short to waste on people who make you feel unwanted. God has placed value within you, and he desires for you to be surrounded by people who see that value. Do not chase after relationships that leave you feeling depleted. Do not hold on to people who continuously make you question where you stand. Instead, trust that God will bring the right people into your life. People who will appreciate you, support you, and love you without hesitation. Those who want you in their life will never put you in a position where you have to chase after them. They will meet you halfway. They will invest in you, and they will show through their actions that you are truly wanted. The right people will make room for you in their life. This is a simple truth that often gets overlooked in a world where people are constantly trying to prove their worth, trying to earn a place in the hearts of those who don't fully appreciate them. But love, friendship, and genuine relationships are not about striving to be seen or working tirelessly. When someone truly values you, when they genuinely care for you, they will not make excuses, they will not push you aside, and they will not leave you wondering where you stand. Instead, they will make space for you, because what matters to them will always be reflected in their priorities. Jesus called his disciples, and they followed him. He did not have to beg them to walk with him. He did not have to chase after them, pleading for their attention. They left everything behind because they recognized the value of being with him. The same principle applies to our lives today. The people who truly see your worth will not hesitate to include you in their world. They will make an effort to ensure you know that you belong. They will invite you into their lives, not out of obligation, but out of a sincere desire to have you there. Think about the people in your life. Are you constantly the one reaching out? Do you feel like you are fighting for a place in their priorities? That is not how love is supposed to work. Love makes room. It welcomes. It invites. It does not make you feel like you are an inconvenience or a burden. God has designed relationships to be mutual, not one-sided. When someone values you, their actions will show it. They will clear space in their busy schedule. They will take time to listen, and they will go out of their way to ensure that you know you are important to them. Look at the way Jesus lived his life. No matter how busy he was, no matter how many people followed him, he always made room for those who sought him with a sincere heart. He stopped for the woman who touched the hem of his garment. He called Zacchaeus down from the tree and dined with him. He welcomed children when others tried to push them away. He always had time for those who truly wanted to be with him. This is the example of love we are meant to follow. But too often, people settle for less than this. They cling to relationships where they are barely noticed, where their presence is tolerated rather than cherished. They accept crumbs of attention, thinking that it is better than nothing. But that is not the kind of love God has for his children. He does not want you to beg for a place in someone's life. He does not want you to feel like you have to constantly fight to be included. The right people will make space for you, not because they have to, but because they want to. There is something deeply painful about feeling like you are being squeezed out of someone's life, about watching them prioritize everything and everyone else while leaving you behind. But when someone truly wants you in their life, you will not have to compete for their attention. They will make you feel wanted. They will make you feel like you belong. They will not leave you second guessing your importance to them. Think about the relationships that Jesus formed. He had 12 disciples, but even among them, he had a close circle, Peter, James, and John. He was intentional about who he spent his time with. He was not chasing after those who walked away. He was not begging the Pharisees to understand him. He focused on those who genuinely wanted to be with him. And that is how we should approach our relationships as well. If someone values you, they will include you in their life in meaningful ways. They will not just call when they need something. They will not only show up when it is convenient for them, they will be there consistently through the highs and the lows, through the celebrations and the struggles. They will make an effort to keep you close, not out of duty, but out of love. And if they do not, if they push you away, if they leave you feeling unwanted, if they never make time for you, then it is time to step back and recognize that you deserve more. You deserve to be surrounded by people who appreciate you, by people who see your worth and make an effort to hold on to you. God's love is abundant, and the relationships he desires for you will reflect that love. The right people will always make room for you. They will never make you feel like you have to force your way in. Rejection is often God's protection. It doesn't feel like it in the moment. It stings. It feels like loss, like something being ripped away, like a door slamming shut when all you wanted was for it to stay open. But what we often see as rejection is really God's way of shielding us from something that was never meant for us. When someone walks away, when a relationship crumbles, when a door refuses to open, no matter how hard we knock, it is easy to feel abandoned, to feel forgotten. But God does not allow anything to be removed from your life unless he has something better in store. So many people cling to relationships that God is trying to end. They hold on, refusing to let go, hoping that somehow things will change. But what if that rejection was actually a blessing? What if that person leaving your life was not a loss, but a divine redirection? When God removes something, he is not punishing you, he is protecting you. He sees what you cannot see. He knows what is ahead. He knows the pain that could have come if that relationship had continued. He knows the ways it could have hindered your growth, the ways it could have pulled you away from him. Look at the way Jesus handled rejection. He came to his own people, and they rejected him. The very ones he came to save turned their backs on him. But he did not beg them to stay. He did not chase after those who walked away. Instead, he continued forward, knowing that God's plan was greater than the rejection he faced. And that same truth applies to your life. The people who leave, the ones who turn their backs, the doors that refuse to open, none of it is a surprise to God. He allows it because he is leading you to something greater. When people reject you, it is easy to take it personally. It is easy to believe that you were not enough, that you should have done more, that maybe if you had been different, they would have stayed. But rejection is not about your worth. Your value does not decrease just because someone fails to see it. God does not base your worth on who accepts or rejects you. He created you with purpose, with intention, and nothing that happens can take away that truth. Think about the times in your life when rejection led to something better. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, only to later find a position that was far greater. Maybe you lost a friendship, only to later realize how toxic that relationship had been. Maybe you felt abandoned, only to later see how God was making room for the right people to enter your life. The pain of rejection is real, but it is never without purpose. Every door that closes is guiding you toward the path God has set for you. God loves you too much to let you settle for less than his best. He will remove what is not meant for you, even when you don't understand why. He will close doors that you desperately wanted to walk through, not because he is cruel, but because he is good. He knows the relationships that will bring you closer to him and the ones that will pull you away. He knows the opportunities that will bless you and the ones that will burden you. And he will never allow you to stay in a place that is not aligned with His purpose for you. So instead of fighting rejection, surrender it to God. Trust that He is working, even in the moments that feel like loss. Trust that the people who walk away were never meant to stay. Trust that the closed doors are leading you to something far greater than you could have imagined. There is freedom in letting go. There is peace in trusting that God is in control. God has promised that He will never leave you nor forsake you. People may walk away, opportunities may disappear, but He remains. And when you have Him, you have everything you need. What is meant for you will never require you to beg for it to stay. If someone rejects you, let them go. If a door closes, trust that a better one will open. You are not being abandoned. You are being protected. You are not losing. You are being led. And one day you will look back and see that every rejection was really God's way of guiding you to something far greater than you ever expected. When someone truly wants you in their life, they will not make you feel like an afterthought. They will not leave you questioning your worth, wondering if you are good enough, or constantly struggling to prove your value. The people who truly care about you will show it, not just with their words, but with their actions. They will prioritize you, not because they have to, but because they want to. They will make you feel seen, heard, and valued, because that is what love does. Love does not place you on the sidelines waiting for a moment of convenience. Love does not treat you as an option. Love is intentional, and it is demonstrated through effort, time, and consistency. Too many people settle for relationships where they are only noticed when it is convenient for the other person. They accept the bare minimum, convincing themselves that occasional attention is better than nothing at all. But that is not how real relationships work. If someone truly values you, they will make time for you even in the midst of their busy life. They will not just reach out when they need something or when they have nothing better to do. They will be consistent, because love is not about convenience. It is about commitment. Look at the way Jesus treated the people He loved. He was never too busy to stop and show kindness. He was never too preoccupied to listen, to heal, to teach, or to care. Even when He was surrounded by crowds, He noticed the individual. He saw the woman who touched the hem of His garment. He called Zacchaeus by name. He wept with Mary and Martha when Lazarus died. He did not just care when it was convenient. He cared always. He made time. He showed up. He loved with intention. That is the kind of love we should accept in our lives. If someone truly values you, they will not treat you as an afterthought. They will not make you feel like you are constantly waiting for a place in their life. They will make room for you, because that is what people do when they genuinely care. And if someone does not, if they leave you feeling uncertain, if they only reach out when it suits them, if they make you question whether you truly matter to them, then it may be time to step back and recognize that you deserve better. God never intended for relationships to be one-sided. Love is not meant to be something that leaves you feeling empty, constantly giving while receiving nothing in return. When God loves, He loves fully. He does not hold back. He does not love you only when it is convenient. His love is constant, unwavering, and unconditional. And the people in your life who truly value you will reflect that same kind of love. They will show up. They will make time. They will put in the effort to make sure you know you are important to them. Many people hold on to relationships that drain them because they are afraid of being alone. They convince themselves that occasional attention is better than nothing, that they would rather be an afterthought than be forgotten entirely. But that is not what God wants for you. He wants you to be surrounded by people who love you wholeheartedly, who make time for you, who do not treat you as if you are disposable. He wants you to experience the kind of love that is real, that is committed, that is intentional. Think about how Jesus approached relationships. He did not force Himself on anyone. He extended an invitation, and those who truly wanted to be with Him followed. He never begged someone to stay. He never pleaded for someone to love Him. He knew His worth, and He surrounded Himself with people who recognized it as well. This is the example we should follow. We should not have to fight for a place in someone's life. If they truly want us there, they will make the effort to keep us close. The truth is, love does not leave you feeling uncertain. It does not make you question where you stand. It does not make you feel like an inconvenience or an afterthought. If someone truly wants you in their life, they will make sure you know it. They will not wait until it is convenient. They will not treat you as an option. They will love you with intention, with consistency, with effort. That is what real love looks like, and that is what you deserve. Respect is a cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. When someone truly wants you in their life, they will treat you with dignity, kindness, and consideration. They will not belittle you, ignore your feelings, or make you feel unworthy. Instead, they will show through their words and actions that you are valuable to them. Respect is not just about avoiding harm. It is about actively showing care. It is about listening when you speak, considering your feelings, and treating you in a way that reflects your worth. If someone does not respect you, they do not truly value you. And if they do not value you, then their presence in your life will only bring pain and confusion. Too many people accept disrespect under the guise of love. They make excuses for those who mistreat them, believing that love means enduring pain, suffering, and neglect. But that is not what love looks like. Love does not tear you down, it builds you up. Love does not make you feel insignificant, it makes you feel cherished. When someone truly cares for you, they will not speak to you harshly or dismiss your concerns. They will not treat you as if you are disposable. They will honor you not just in moments of ease, but in moments of challenge. Jesus exemplified this kind of love. He treated everyone with respect, regardless of their social status, their past mistakes, or their reputation. He saw value in the people that society overlooked. He spoke with kindness even when correcting others. He demonstrated that true love does not come with cruelty or selfishness. It comes with patience, with gentleness, and with a willingness to uplift those around you. One of the biggest signs that someone truly wants you in their life is the way they treat you when things are not perfect. It is easy to be kind when everything is going well, when there are no disagreements, no inconveniences, no struggles. But what happens when life gets difficult? What happens when you express your emotions, when you need support, when you ask for understanding? If someone values you, they will not turn against you in those moments. They will not belittle your feelings or ignore your struggles. Instead, they will meet you with patience. They will make an effort to understand, to communicate, and to resolve conflicts in a way that honors the relationship. Respect is not something that should have to be earned in a relationship. It should be given freely. You should not have to prove your worth to be treated with kindness. You should not have to walk on eggshells afraid of being dismissed or disrespected. When someone truly wants you in their life, they will treat you well, not just because they feel obligated to, but because they genuinely care about you. Many people stay in relationships where they are not respected because they fear losing the connection. They believe that if they just try harder, if they just tolerate the mistreatment, things will change. But respect is not something that can be forced. If someone does not naturally treat you with kindness and consideration, no amount of effort on your part will make them do so. True respect is given willingly. It is a reflection of a person's heart, of their character, of the way they view those around them. Think about how Jesus approached people. He never manipulated, never forced, never pressured. He extended love, but he also maintained boundaries. He knew his worth, and he never allowed himself to be mistreated. He walked away from those who did not value him. He did not waste time trying to prove himself to those who refused to listen. And that is the example we should follow. If someone truly wants you in their life, they will respect you. They will treat you with kindness, with patience, with sincerity. You will never have to beg for basic decency, for consideration, for dignity. Respect is one of the greatest indicators of genuine love. Words can be deceptive. Someone can say they love you, but if their actions do not align with their words, then their love is not real. Love without respect is not love at all. It is control. It is selfishness. It is a relationship built on insecurity rather than genuine care. But when someone truly values you, Their respect for you will be evident in everything they do. They will not take you for granted. They will not make you feel like you are unimportant. They will honor you, not just with empty words, but with real, consistent actions. God created you with purpose, with value, with worth. He does not want you to be in relationships where you are treated as less than you deserve. He does not want you to endure disrespect in the name of love. The right people, the people who truly want you in their life, will show it through their action. They will respect you, honor you, and treat you in a way that reflects your God-given worth. You will never have to beg for respect, because those who truly love you will give it freely. You were never meant to beg for a place in someone's life. You were never meant to fight for love, to plead for respect, or to chase after those who do not see your worth. The people who truly want you in their life will make it clear, not with empty words, but with consistent actions. They will value you, honor you, and make space for you. Because love does not push away, it draws near. So if someone treats you as an afterthought, if they only come to you when it is convenient, if they make you question your importance in their life, then step back and remember who you are. You are a child of God, created with purpose, loved beyond measure. You do not have to prove your worth to anyone, because your worth was already established by the one who formed you. Trust that God will surround you with the right people, those who cherish you, who respect you, who make room for you, not because they have to, but because they want to. Let go of what is not meant for you and embrace the truth that real love, real friendship, and real connection will never make you feel unwanted. What God has for you will always be filled with peace, honor, and love. Walk in that truth and never settle for less.